Have you ever wondered what would happen if humanity suddenly disappeared from the face of the earth? What would become of our cities, our technology, and the very world we've shaped for thousands of years? In this video, we'll take you on a journey through time, exploring the fascinating and haunting transformation of our planet in the days, years, and millennia after humans are gone. From cities consumed by nature to nuclear disasters and the gradual erasure of human existence, this is the story of a world that moves on without us. Stay tuned to discover what Earth's fate would be, and whether the marks of our civilization would endure or fade into oblivion. As soon as humans vanish, the world will keep moving, powered by the systems we built. Cars on highways will continue driving until they run out of fuel or crash into obstacles. Trains will stay on their tracks, moving forward until power outages stop them. But the most dramatic events will happen in the skies. Airplanes, without pilots to control them, will quickly lose altitude and crash, leading to massive explosions on the ground. Meanwhile, traffic lights, street lamps, and city lights will continue to glow. Yet, the streets will remain eerily silent, creating an unsettling and haunting scene. In these first 10 minutes, most automated systems will still be running. Self-driving cars will continue navigating highways, but will eventually stop when their GPS systems fail or they collide with debris. At airports, planes attempting to land or take off without proper control will cause a series of catastrophic crashes, filling the air with smoke and fire. Cities like Las Vegas will remain illuminated by neon lights and billboards. However, their vibrant glow will now shine upon empty streets, amplifying the unnatural stillness. A day after humans vanish, the world's infrastructure begins its rapid decline. Most power plants reliant on fossil fuels, such as coal, gas, and oil, will cease functioning. These facilities depend on constant human intervention to refuel, maintain machinery, and ensure their smooth operation. Without engineers and workers, they will quickly go offline. Hydroelectric power plants, using the natural flow of rivers to generate electricity, will continue operating for a short period, but without proper maintenance to manage water levels and turbine wear, even these will fail eventually. As power grids collapse, darkness will envelop cities worldwide. Iconic locations like Times Square and the Las Vegas Strip, symbols of humanity's technological prowess and vibrant nightlife, will become unrecognizable as their neon signs and bright lights fade. Buildings and streets, once bustling with life, will be bathed in eerie silence and engulfed by the growing shadows of a powerless world. Meanwhile, chemical plants across the globe will face catastrophic failures. Safety systems and pressure valves require human oversight to function. Without this, they will fail. Dangerous gases such as ammonia and chlorine will begin leaking into the atmosphere. These hazardous substances, escaping unchecked, will poison the air and contaminate nearby soil and water supplies, turning industrial zones into toxic wastelands. With no functioning pumps to control water flow, underground systems in cities like New York will start to flood. Subway tunnels, which require the removal of millions of gallons of water daily, will rapidly become submerged. Streets above these tunnels will begin to weaken under the pressure of the rising water. cracks will form, leading to sinkholes and unstable ground that could swallow cars, streetlights, and even entire sections of the city. Domesticated animals will begin their struggle for survival. Smaller pets, trapped indoors or unable to fend for themselves, will starve within days. Larger animals, such as dogs, will break free from homes or yards in search of food. Packs of dogs will start to form, driven by hunger and their reawakened instincts to hunt. Streets will become their new territory as they roam, scavenging and competing with one another for survival. Nuclear power plants worldwide will enter emergency shutdown procedures. These facilities are designed to switch into a safe mode if human operators are unavailable. However, this safeguard is only temporary. Reactor cores require constant cooling, but as water in the cooling systems evaporates, the temperatures will rise uncontrollably. Without intervention, this will lead to reactor meltdowns. The resulting explosions and radiation leaks will mirror disasters like Chernobyl and Fukushima, but on a far larger scale. Fallout from these meltdowns will spread across vast regions, contaminating soil, air, and water. Once fertile lands will become barren, uninhabitable zones where radiation lingers for centuries. This series of nuclear catastrophes will mark one of the most devastating environmental events in Earth's history. A year after humanity's disappearance, nature will begin to reclaim the planet. Trees, grass, and vines will grow unchecked, spreading into abandoned cities and over roads. The boundaries between urban and rural landscapes will blur as plants infiltrate every crack in pavement and every abandoned building. Cities once bustling with human activity will transform into forests of concrete and vegetation. Wildlife will thrive in the absence of human interference. Predators like wolves, bears, and coyotes will move into former urban areas, hunting freely where humans once dominated. Marine life will also experience a significant resurgence. Whales, seals, and fish populations will increase rapidly without the threats of hunting, fishing, or ocean pollution. Above Earth, satellites orbiting the planet will begin falling out of their trajectories. Without routine adjustments from human operators, their orbits will decay. As they re-enter the atmosphere, They will burn up, creating spectacular streaks of light in the night sky akin to shooting stars. This celestial display will mark humanity's slow erasure from the heavens. After 25 years, nature's grip on Earth will strengthen. Forests will completely overtake many cities, while vines and moss will blanket buildings and streets. Iconic skyscrapers and landmarks will begin to crumble. Rust and decay will weaken their steel foundations, causing them to collapse piece by piece. In desert cities like Dubai and Las Vegas, sandstorms will bury roads, buildings, and infrastructure under shifting dunes. Elsewhere, vegetation will sprout unchecked, covering urban areas in dense greenery. A century after humans vanish, the structural decay of human-made objects will be nearly complete. Metal structures like the Eiffel Tower and the Golden Gate Bridge will succumb to corrosion, collapsing under their own weight. Concrete buildings reinforced with steel will also disintegrate as the metal inside expands and fractures the surrounding material. By this time, cities will no longer resemble their former selves. Forests and wetlands will overtake urban centers, with rivers and lakes carving through the ruins. Wildlife will flourish, creating new ecosystems where humans once lived. The Earth will have fully embraced its return to the wild, thriving without our interference. "10,000 years after humans disappear, almost all traces of our civilization will have vanished. Plastics, synthetic materials, and most man-made artifacts will degrade completely, leaving no visible signs of our existence. Only stone structures, like the Great Pyramids of Giza and the Great Wall of China, will endure as silent monuments to a species long gone. The Earth will be almost unrecognizable. Its ecosystems will have fully recovered, thriving in the absence of human activity. The planet will have healed, returning to a state of natural balance. Eventually, even the most enduring evidence of human existence will fade into obscurity, leaving Earth as it was before we walked its surface, a thriving, self-sustaining planet, untouched by human hands. Thank you for watching the video. If you enjoyed this journey into the future of Earth, don't forget to hit like and subscribe for more content. We'd love to hear your thoughts. What do you think about the planet's future without humans? Share your ideas in the comments below. Thanks again, and see you in the next video.